Hello everyone, welcome to our last video, Winter. In this video, you will learn more about the solar terms in winter, a funny activity you can do in winter, as well as a winter life in the palace. First, let's review this solar term song. 春雨惊春清谷天，夏满芒夏暑相连，秋处露秋寒霜降，冬雪雪冬小大寒。The first one, 立冬, beginning of winter. Then 小雪 light snow. 大雪 heavy snow. 冬至 winter solstice. 小寒 minor cold. 大寒 major cold. 立冬 marks the approach of winter, so the character for 冬 is the half of the character for 中, which means ending. So 立冬 has the meaning of the end of a year, as well as the beginning of winter. Ancient Chinese believed that winter is a time for all creatures to hide themselves, and agricultural activities are far less frequent than in other seasons. On this day, people will choose to eat mutton or duck to store energy for the coming winter. 小雪 is the second solar term of winter, which means all living things lose their vitality and the cold winter is coming. Then comes 大雪, heavy snow. According to their names, you may think during 大雪 there will be heavier snow weather than in 小雪, but it is not true. Compared with 小雪, there is actually less snow in 大雪, and 大 refers to the greater probability of snowfall. As the saying goes, heavy snow argues good years. Heavy snow covers crops and protects them from the sudden drop in temperature brought by the cold current. Therefore, if there is a heavy snowfall in the winter, people will say there will be a harvest in the coming year. The winter solstice, 冬至, is one of the earliest of the 21st solar terms established in China. On this day, the northern hemisphere experiences the shortest day and the longest night. After this day, the days become longer and nights shorter. Therefore, 冬至 is an extremely important and auspicious time in the eyes of the Chinese. Winter solstice is celebrated in many ways. For example, in many regions of China, people will have dumplings or sweet dumplings. People in the Yangtze River region will pickle salted fish at this time, while others in the south will take pride in their handmade rice cakes. By the time we get to 小寒, the coldest time of the year has arrived. However, the plum blossom blooms just at this time. In southern China, it is also very common to see a kind of flower named winter sweet, which has a strong fragrance and transparent yellow petals. 大寒 is the last solar term of the year, after which the 21st solar terms will run in a new cycle. And because it is close to the Chinese New Year, the atmosphere is usually full of joy and happiness. For example, the markets will sell couplets and lanterns, as well as the window decorations. Some people will even prepare the red pepper and make the pepper cards by themselves.
Hi everyone! After all this learning, you might be a little tired. So let's try and make a beautiful paper cut together. So in front of me, I have a triangular red paper. For our paper cut today, we're gonna use a square paper. So I'm going to fold my paper a little bit and make it a square by removing the excess part. After doing that, we have got a square paper that is already diagonal folded into a triangle. Now I'm going to take my big triangle and we fold it tip to tip. And then we got a smaller triangle. After that, we're going to fold it one more time to make it an extra small triangle. Now we take our little triangle and we'll put one short side against the long side of the triangle. Keep firmly in mind, the one we're folding is the side that is in one piece, not one that is separate. After that, we have our paper shaped like this. And then we're going to cut off the excess part. Now, I'm going to draw a line with my pencil to show you where we are going to cut off. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut off the excess part along the line that I just drew. After cutting off the excess part, guess what? We have a triangle again! Yay! Before we start drawing the patterns, we need to make sure that we placed our triangle in the right way. Now we can take a pen or a pencil and start drawing our patterns. Now I switched my pencil to a pen because my pencil is a little blurry. Now, keep in mind, it is okay to make mistakes. What you're drawing is only a guideline. As long as you know where to cut, it is really okay that you make a little mistakes. You can see that I drew something extra there, but we're not going to cut it. Now we have our patterns all drawn. It should look like something like this. Now we can take our scissors and we start cutting along the guideline we just drew. Be careful not to hurt yourself, and whatever you do not cut the side that is in one piece. Only cut from the side that is separate. After cutting our paper, we can start to open it. We need to be very careful at this part because after all the folding and cutting, our paper might be very delicate. It would be better to open our paper one layer at a time. Now we have our beautiful paper cut. I hope you enjoyed everything because I did, and I know all of you will do a wonderful job. So this is for today. See you next time. Bye bye.
What are some collections you can expect at the Palace Museum? The nobles of the royal family living in the palace would customize their costumes according to the changes of seasons. In winter, the court crown is different from the summer crown. This is the winter crown used by the queen, with a brim made of fox or sable hair and embellished with gold, pearls, and all kinds of jewelries to show her royal status. In terms of food, hot pot was not only popular among ordinary people, but also a famous imperial dish in Qing Dynasty. It is an original Chinese cuisine with long history. The pictures show some hot pots used in the palace. For thermal conductive considerations, they are mainly made of copper. Gathering together with family and friends on a cold day and having a steaming hot pot sounds like an ideal way to spend the winter. The royals in the palace would also use portable warming tools such as hand warmers. The structure is divided into 2 layers. The inner part is made of copper for burning charcoal. The outer part is decorated using different techniques according to their needs. The lids are usually cut out skeletons for air circulation between the inner and outer parts to keep it warm but not so hot. Most hand warmers have handles for convenience. However, it is not enough for the Qing Dynasty nobles to just use warmers to fight the cold. They would also carry out an interesting winter sports too, ice skating. It is a kind of seasonal sports activity, and the palace has regarded as a national custom. Usually, some wooden frames were placed near the emperor's seat to hang the colorful balls. Selected and well-trained skaters would follow their team leader through the wooden frames and shoot arrows. Those who hit the ball would get rewards. Now let's review the solar terms in winter. 立冬, beginning of winter. 小雪, light snow. 大雪, heavy snow. 冬至, winter solstice. 小寒, minor cold. 大寒, major cold. Now we have navigated a complete year from the perspective of 4 seasons and 24 solar terms. The 24 solar terms reflect the ancient Chinese people's perception of seasons and climate, as well as the idea of respecting nature. From our videos, you may have found that the most practical value of the 24 solar terms is to guide agricultural activities. However, in modern society, thanks to the development of science and technology, fruits, crops, and even livestock breeding can sometimes go beyond the limits of climate. Nowadays, only the older generation and the farmers are still accustomed to using the lunar calendar and the 24 solar terms for practical reasons. For the young Chinese, it is more like a cultural memory and a philosophical idea of dealing with the relationship between human and nature. The 24 solar terms is not only a record of the experience and wisdom of the ancient Chinese, but also a reminder to the modern people to pay more attention to the changes of seasons and feel the rhythm of nature.